Hi, this is Chef Paul. Today we're going to make a bolognese sauce. We talked about bolognese last class. It's a meat sauce, right? So it's a heavy meat sauce. It can be made different ways. We're going to be doing it with a mother sauce. We're going to be using those mother sauces again that we can turn a mother sauce into a bolognese sauce, just how you can do it into a restaurant. So that mother sauce will be that tomato sauce. So I have a tomato sauce already, and we're going to take that tomato sauce and we're going to turn this into a bolognese. And then we're going to make it into a baked rigatoni similar to a lasagna. We're going to bake it and we're going to do a ricotta cheese topping on top of it. So it'll be like a quick lasagna, and we're going to bake it, but it'll be done with rigatoni and it's much easier to make. So our mise en place here is real simple. We're doing carrots. Now why you do carrots and tomato sauce is because of the sugar, right? When you're dealing with acid, the tomatoes have a lot of acid in them. That's why it can have that tang. So this is a natural sugar. That's why you use carrots. Onions as well, they have natural sugar and it makes it sweet. So we're going to be putting that in there. Carrots, onions, garlic. I have some tomatoes here. I'm going to put mushrooms in. You don't have to. And then I have ground beef here. There's a little bit of Italian sausage too. You can put it in or not. Or you can make it with turkey. You don't even have to use beef at all. So we're going to go to the pot and we're going to start this up. So we're going to put a little bit of olive oil in there. I'm going to let it go for about 2 to 3 minutes and then we'll start putting the meat in. All right, we got hot oil here. We're going to be going. So I'm going to put it inside. Just going to put our meat inside here. Whatever, you can put as much or as little as you want to put in. Like I said, this is ground beef and I have a little bit of sausage. Pretty good. You're always going to season, right? You got to always make sure you season a little bit. Sausage you don't have to season, but that ground beef doesn't have any flavor. You kind of break it up, make sure you get it going. So I'm going to let this cook for maybe a minute, then we're going to add the rest of the stuff. So now I'm going to start adding. I'm going to add some of the carrots that we had diced up. I'm going to take some of the onions. We're going to put some onions in here. I'm going to add some garlic. Put some garlic in here too. I'm just going to let it cook. So now we're going to check on this in another 2 or 3 minutes. All right, it's been about a minute or two, so you can see it's starting to cook. I'm going to add some more, a little bit of garlic in there. You can season this with whatever you like, you know, oregano, garlic, add some more basil. Just seasoning up our meat here. I'm going to be adding some mushrooms into it. So I'm going to add some mushrooms here. I'm going to put some of those in here. Those cook inside. All right, I'm going to check it back in another minute. All right, so we added our mushrooms, and mushrooms are really good to add when you have a lot of meat because they absorb. So if there's any fat from the sausage or from the beef, it just goes right into the mushrooms, and you got flavor. So I'm just going to let this cook here a little bit. What I'm going to do now is you don't have to, but I'm going to add a little bit of wine, just a little bit of Merlot. You can add sherry. You can add Marsala or nothing at all. I add just a little bit here, let it cook. I'm going to check it on in a minute. All right, you can see it's been reducing here for about 2 to 3 minutes. You know, the little bit of wine I put in there is basically gone. Got the moisture of everything now. So now I'm going to add some tomatoes. I'm going to add a little bit of diced tomatoes into it. Let that go here. Now, as that's mixing in, now we're going to go ahead and I'm going to add that mother sauce we talked about. I'm going to add our tomato sauce to it. So I have right here, I'm going to go ahead and add a bunch. And now we're going to let this simmer for about an hour, and then we'll flavor it and we'll check on it. All right, so it's coming up to a simmer, so you can see that it's simmering now. So I'm just going to let this go. So we're going to let this go for about, I don't know, 30, 40 minutes. And then we're going to put it on a rigatoni. I'm going to show you bake it with that ricotta mixture. All right, so it's been about an hour. You can see it's nice and thick now. We got the mushrooms in there. You got a little carrots. You got onions. We got the beef, a little bit of sausage. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to take this and we're going to turn this into a baked rigatoni. All right, so now we got our bolognese going. It was really simple. That's going. That's going to take about an hour. We got to simmer it. Now we're going to make this ricotta filling that you can use for raviolis. You can use it for lasagnas. It's the same filling that we use for lasagna. And we're going to make a version of it in our rigatoni. We're going to put it on top. So what you do is you're going to get your ricotta. You put ricotta cheese inside. All right. Then you're going to take some Parmesan. And you put, don't even A little Parmesan inside here, just like that, a little Parmesan. Then we're gonna take some of our mozzarella, a little bit of mozzarella in it, just like that. And we're gonna crack an egg, just one. We're gonna put one egg inside, right? We're gonna put a little bit of cracked pepper, pinch of salt. All right, and then we're just gonna put it in here, and you're just gonna mix it. So you mix this up, and then we're gonna end up putting this on our rigatoni, like similar to a lasagna, but much easier. You're gonna see how fast you can make this, and you're gonna have that same filling that's in a lasagna, but we're gonna have it on top of our rigatoni. Mix this up, just like that. Get it all mixed. There you go, get it all mixed in. There we go. I'll show you how to use it. All right, so you can see we're at the final step now. Basically, I have our rigatoni. I kind of heated it up a little bit already. It's already been cooked, so I heated it up a little bit. I got it in a dish that I can bake. So we're gonna do a baked rigatoni. So we did so you can see we have now our bolognese with all that meat, mushrooms, carrots. It's got a little bit of Italian sausage, ground beef. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and pour this on here. I'm gonna pour some of this in here like this. You can do it in a bowl too. If you have a bowl, you can toss it in a bowl. That works really well too. I don't have a bowl. So I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna put it right into our dish here. And I just kind of slowly get it to go down to the bottom, kind of move it back and forth. So you're doing this, we're gonna do this similar to a lasagna, except for obviously it's not layered, okay? So we're just gonna have all this here, kind of let it go down, it'll go to the bottom. Add some more, right? Add some more, just like that. And let it get in here. There it is, kind of get it in there. All right, looks good. Now I'm just gonna kind of move it back and forth so it kind of gets mixed. Now, I'm gonna put this in here like that. Now what I'm gonna do is we're gonna take some of our ricotta. This is what's on lasagnas. So it's the same thing that you would put on a lasagna, and we're gonna put it right on top here. Just gonna put some on. Put it here. I'm just gonna kind of spread it. That all on here like that, just like you would do a lasagna. Much easier. You do this really fast. Put that on here like that. All right, there we go. Okay. Then we're gonna take our Parmesan, our mozzarella. And just like I said. So you're starting to see you're getting that similar to that lasagna top. All right, gonna get that on there like that. Put the Parmesan on here too. There we go. Have that part. All right. Now I'm just going to take this and we're going to bake it in the oven and we're going to check it in 15 minutes. All right, so it came out of the oven and you can see it looks like a lasagna. You know, basically I put the lasagna topping in there. Underneath it is all the rigatoni and everything else. And then we got our bolognese sauce right there, that meat sauce. You scoop it, you put it on top, and it's really a quick way to make a lasagna style pasta.